I want to tell you about a woman I know. She did everything right. She got serious about her money in her early 30s. She pulled her credit score. She paid down the debt. She opened the Roth IRA and funded it every month without fail. She was the person in her friend group who actually had a plan. And then she decided to buy a house, which made complete sense, which felt like the next right move. And she did one thing that quietly cost her more than $600,000 by retirement. She paused the Roth IRA to save the down payment. Not forever, just for 4 years. Just while the savings account filled up. It felt responsible. It felt like prioritizing correctly. Nobody in her life told her what it actually cost. And by the time the math had fully played out, those 4 years, that one quiet decision had removed $600,000 from her retirement balance. She did not lose that money in a bad investment. She did not get scammed. She redirected $30,000 and lost 600,000. That is the exchange rate nobody told her about. And it is the reason I am here today. I am Maxine. I am rich, Auntie knows. And today I am going to show you the real investment order. The four-step sequence that protects your compounding runway while you build everything else your 30s are asking you to build: the house, the life, all of it. Because the sequence exists, and most of us were never given it. Here is the real investment order for your 30s. Step one, capture the full employer match every month without exception. Step two, fund the Roth IRA to the annual maximum every month, automated. Step three, build the down payment in parallel from discretionary dollars, not investment dollars. Step four, protect steps one and two from every financial priority that tries to displace them, including the house. That is the order. Now, let me show you exactly why each step sits where it does and what it costs when the sequence breaks. Step one, the employer match. And I want to say clearly why this is first, not second, not alongside the Roth IRA. First, an employer who matches 3% of your salary is offering you a 100% immediate return on every dollar you contribute up to that threshold. You put in $1, they put in $1 before the market has done anything. There is no investment product, no savings account, no financial strategy available to ordinary investors that produces a 100% return on the day the investment is made. The employer match is the single highest guaranteed return in personal finance. It is step one because nothing else is close. On a $55,000 salary, a 3% match is $1,650 a year in free money. If that match goes uncaptured, because the 401k contribution dropped below the threshold to free up dollars for the down payment savings, that $1,650 compounds at 10% annually for every remaining working year. Over 25 years, it becomes $181,000 gone. Not because the market underperformed, because the contribution that triggered the match was paused. The match never moves. It is the floor of the entire investment plan. Everything else negotiates around it. Step two, the Roth IRA. And this is where the sequence most commonly breaks, because when the down payment savings feels urgent, the Roth IRA contribution is the one that feels most optional. It is the one that feels like it can wait. It cannot. In 2026, the Roth IRA maximum is $7,500 a year, $625 a month. A woman who contributes that amount from age 30 to 65 in a zero-fee S&P 500 index fund at the historical average return of 10% annually arrives at retirement with approximately $1.94 million. Dollars. That is what uninterrupted compounding looks like over 35 years. Now take the woman from the beginning of this video. Same income, same discipline. She pauses for 4 years, from 34 to 38, to redirect that money into the down payment savings account. She resumes at 38 and contributes the same amount until 65. She arrives at retirement with approximately $1.34 million. Dollars. The 4-year pause cost her $600,000. She redirected $30,000 total. Those $30,000 produced a $600,000 reduction in her retirement balance, $20 in lost retirement wealth for every single dollar she redirected. That is the exchange rate. That is what makes step two non negotiable. Here is why the cost is so disproportionate. A dollar invested at 30 at 10% annual return doubles every 7 years. By 65, it has doubled 5 times. That dollar becomes $32. A dollar invested at 38 doubles only 4 times inside the accumulation window. It becomes $16. Same dollar, same rate of return, 8 fewer years, half the final value. The years between 30 and 38 are worth exactly half of everything that dollar will ever become. They are not just good years to invest, they are the most financially productive years available to someone who begins in their late 20s or early 30s. And they are the exact years most commonly sacrificed to the down payment saving strategy, because they are also the years when the house feels most urgent and the retirement feels most distant. Step three, the down payment, built in parallel, not instead of the investment contributions. There is something our grandmothers understood about building toward two goals at the same time that the personal finance industry has spent decades overcomplicating. You do not choose between the future and the present. You build both simultaneously from different streams of money. The women who ran Susu savings groups, the rotating credit pools that have existed in Caribbean, West African, and Black American communities for generations, were not making anyone choose between the pot and the rent. They were running a parallel structure, one stream for the collective goal, one stream for the household, both running at the same time, not competing, running. The down payment is the same structure. It runs alongside steps one and two, funded from completely different money. Here is where that money comes from. The subscription audit. A 1 hour review of bank statements typically surfaces $80 to $150 a month in services that are not earning their place. That is the first stream. The raise that gets split. When the annual increase arrives, the parallel structure directs half to lifestyle and half to the down payment account, automated before lifestyle inflation claims it. The tax refund. The average federal refund in 2026 is approximately $3,100. Directed into the down payment account instead of discretionary spending, it produces real visible progress without touching a single investment contribution. A $500 monthly contribution to a high yield savings account, earning 4.5% annually at an institution like Marcus, Alley, or SoFi in 2026, builds approximately $33,500 in 5 years, including interest. That is a down payment, built without pausing step one or step two, built entirely from money that was previously disappearing. Step four, protecting steps one and two from every financial priority that tries to displace them. This step sounds passive. It is not. It is the step that requires the most active decision making, because every major financial event in your 30s will present itself as a reason to pause the investment contributions. The mortgage closes higher than expected. The car needs replacing. The budget gets renegotiated. And every time the budget gets renegotiated, steps one and two need to survive the conversation unchanged. The structure that makes step four automatic. The employer match contribution and the Roth IRA auto draft go out on the first of every month, before any other financial decision has access to those dollars. They are fixed costs, same category as the rent, same non negotiable status as the utility bill. They are not in the budget conversation, they are above it. The down payment savings account gets funded from whatever is left after steps one and two have already run, in that order, every month. I want to speak to the woman who is listening to this and realizing the sequence already broke. Maybe the Roth IRA has been sitting unfunded for 2 years. Maybe the employer match has been going uncaptured since the mortgage settled in and the budget got tight. I'm not going to tell you everything is fine. The compounding runway of the years that passed cannot be reconstructed. That is true, and it matters to say honestly. But the restart is more powerful than most people give it credit for, because the years between 40 and 65 still contain 25 years of compounding runway. A 42-year-old who paused for 6 years and is restarting today at $625 a month arrives at 65 with approximately $700,000 in the Roth IRA alone. Top 25% of all American households by net worth. From a restart, not a continuous contribution. The pause costs real money. The restart produces real wealth. Start this month, not next quarter, this month, at whatever amount is possible above the employer match threshold. The compounding starts the day the contribution goes in, not the day you have the full amount. And at 50, the catch up contribution limit rises to $8,500 a year. The IRS built an accelerator into the system specifically for the people who had gaps. Use it the moment you become eligible. I want to go back to the woman I told you about at the beginning. She did everything right, and she still lost $600,000, not because she made a bad decision, but because nobody showed her the order. Nobody told her that the sequence matters as much as the contribution. Nobody handed her the 4 steps before she made the choice that broke them. That is what this channel is for. Here's what it looks like when the order holds. She gets to 62. The Roth IRA ran every month. The employer match was never paused. The down payment was built from the subscription audit and the split raises and the redirected tax refunds from money that used to disappear. She got the house. She got the retirement account. She got to 62 with a balance she almost did not have, because somebody finally showed her that she did not have to choose between them. That woman is available to you through a decision you can make this week. Here is your one action. Pull up your 401k and your Roth IRA today. Is the 401k contribution at or above the full employer match threshold? Is the Roth IRA set to auto draft $625 on the first of the month? If either answer is no, fix that before the down payment savings account gets another dollar. The order matters. Steps 1 and 2 run first. Everything else runs from what is left, because somebody should have told us sooner. I will see you in the next video.